Hello and welcome. This is not the start of the recording for the most recent episode of Ring of Honor Television, but it is just a secure update for the beginning of this next episode of ROH TV, as I just wanted to say before we start that in terms of roster changes, a lot of changes have been made to the roster as give me 1 second, let me pull it up. As I released QT Marshall, R.D. Evans, Chris Hero, Michael Elgin, Dalton Castle, Hanson, Big O, Raymond Rowe. Well, I released Tommaso Ciampa a while ago, but I released certain people to, I guess, drop the roster size down. Because, in a lot of other Let's Plays, right when the person starts, they take a look at the roster, and then they take a look at the size of the roster, and the size of this roster was almost 50 people. 50 people. That's almost 30 more people than I need, which is included in the ideal roster or the minimum number of active wrestlers for a company of my size. And right now, I still have over double the number of wrestlers needed for a company my size. But in terms of future terminations, let me just show you this one. AJ Styles, his contract is expiring in 17 days. And AJ Styles feels he has outgrown Ring of Honor, which is why the Bullet Club versus the Kingdom has become a feud. Because thus far in this season, Adam Cole has been lost, Mike Bennett has been lost, Matt Taven has been lost, the Young Bucks have been lost, AJ Styles have been lost. AJ and the Young Bucks, their commitment to New Japan has really interfered with me doing very much anything with them. It's my fault, but it is still problematic with their commitments to New Japan, and also the Young Bucks and their commitments elsewhere. However, I have an old school mentality, and my old school mentality tells me, don't release them. Take advantage of them being here. Put over talent who are staying and who are not going anywhere, and take advantage of having a talent like AJ Styles in the company. And I'm going to do that by having him have at least one match, maybe two, but at least one match with Adam Cole, which will take place, and you will find out more about this on the show, but AJ Styles will compete at Supercard of Honor against Adam Cole this Sunday night on iPay-per-view. Now, let's move in to the actual show to find out what this episode of Ring of Honor Television holds as we draw closer to Supercard of Honor. Welcome to another edition of Let's Play Ring of Honor 2015. We are less than a week away from the pay-per-view, our next iPay-per-view, which is Supercard of Honor live on iPay-per-view, and tonight everything will be sorted out. Everything will be known. Who will be challenging Jay Briscoe? We will find out when Jay Briscoe goes face to face in the ring with the matchmaker, Nigel McGuinness, as Nigel will announce Jay's challenger. And it is very likely that Jay Briscoe will face Welsh, the man who attacked him a little over a month ago and took him out of the Validation iPay-per-view from last month. And also, as you saw in the pre-booking menu, which is where you can, basically set long-term plans for your company, in this game, I have it set up where TJ Perkins will go one-on-one at Supercard of Honor over the weekend against Christian York. That, my friends, will not be the end of this show. I apologize. That, my friends, will not be the end of TJ Perkins trying to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is the best wrestler in the world under 230 pounds. But it is the inevitable. That's what it is, and that's what it's proving. That's what we will be having this Sunday night, live on iPay-per-view, when Christian York steps in the ring against the best wrestler in the world under 230 pounds, TJ Perkins. And now, but that's over the weekend. Let's focus on tonight, when the Kingdom steps into the ring against the Young Bucks and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And as I mentioned last week, on last week's episode of Ring of Honor Television, the main event tonight was going to be a 6-man tag team match with the Bullet Club up against the Kingdom. And that is exactly what the main event sees, as AJ Styles and the Young Bucks go up against Adam Cole, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven in the main event. And to kick off Ring of Honor Television, Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness run down tonight's show, and also throw out mentioning that this weekend, live on iPay-per-view, not only will you see Jay Briscoe in action defending his ROH World title, but you will also see Adam Cole versus AJ Styles and the Young Bucks getting their chance at the tag team titles against the current tag team champions. In Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. That's right, a few weeks late, but the Young Bucks are still getting their chance at ROH World Tag Team Title Gold. And now we move to the next match. Fans, this match is happening. This match is happening between Jay Lethal, because Jay basically is saying, or was told, prove you're a fighting champion. Issue an open challenge and prove you're a fighting champion by defeating whomever accepts your challenge. And that is exactly what Jay Lethal is doing. Why am I doing this? It is simple. The reason why I'm doing this has nothing to do with the fact that I like open challenge matches. It has to do with the fact that, well, number one, it worked with John Cena, and second, you know and I know, what have I done thus far this year with Jay Lethal outside of a short feud with ACH? And the answer to that question would be nothing. I've done nothing. And that's why things are changing right now. And that's why things are changing right now with with Jay Lethal issuing it, basically, if I had to equate it to something, I would say Jay Lethal is John Cena. And his open challenge is very, very much equivalent to the US Open challenge that Cena did when Cena was champion. And yes, you might say, oh, you've been doing open challenge matches for a while with TJ Perkins. TJ doesn't have to be in an open challenge match to put forth his, make his decree that he is the best wrestler in the world under 230 pounds. He can do it either way. He told him, okay, what we're gonna do is this. What's his name? Christian York. Christian York's gonna come down on color commentary, and Christian York is going to be the commentator for during this match. Christian York. Okay, we have a heated confrontation between Christian York and TJ. That match is happening this Sunday. And by the way, it is going to be on Sunday and not Saturday like I first said, because I have to move the pay-per-view, otherwise once again the Young Bucks would not be there due to priorities ahead of me. And I just realized the Bucks don't work in Japan, because this must have been before they started working in Japan. Or it could also be that New Japan's off tour this month, and that's the reason why they're not working in Japan anymore, which is probably the likely reason. So, yeah. Now we move forward with the segment that I spoke about earlier, and that's this one. Let's do this. Let's eliminate that. And edit back here. Wait a second. Not that one. This one, because it's a pull-apart. It's basically a pull-apart without including other people. So it's just dependent on what Jay Briscoe and Welsh bring to the table, rather than what other people bring to the table as well. Now, my problem is adding more to the show with only 3 minutes left in the show. So what I have to do is cut out some angle times, because there we go. Okay, good. So this is the show. And we're gonna book a pre-show match to get other people working. Okay. I'm gonna put Adam Page against Tadarius Thomas. 6 minutes on the pre-show. Adam Page will win. Decisive, all out. And here we go. Let's get to the show. Adam Page is victorious, and pretty solid match for the pre-show, and nothing what I didn't expect from Adam Page or Tadarius Thomas. Now let me elaborate a little bit more on this. Kevin Kelly and Nigel kick off the show and basically say they hype up the main event between the 6-man tag team war between the Bullet Club and the Kingdom that will take place later tonight in the main event, but also announce that this Sunday, live on pay-per-view, the Bucks get their title shot against Taven and Bennett, but also Adam Cole will go one-on-one with AJ Styles. And we will find out tonight, officially, who challenges Jay Briscoe for the world title at Supercard of Honor. All that and more tonight on ROH TV. We kick off the show with the ROH the ever so absent ROH TV champion Jay Lethal, issuing an open challenge to anyone, as he is out to prove, number one, that he is the only champion that matters in Ring of Honor, and number two, that he is a fighting champion. And who accepts his challenge but Caprice Coleman? Caprice Coleman accepts Jay Lethal's challenge, and Jay, of course, retains the World Television title against Caprice Coleman in the first of what could be many open challenge matches for Jay Lethal. And, of course, after the match, Jay continues to run his mouth, taunting Jay Briscoe and saying he just proved once again why Jay Briscoe is nothing more than a paper champion. And will continue to prove it until Jay Briscoe is man enough to face him one-on-one to prove him wrong. And next we move forward with Christian York coming down on commentary for T.J. Perkins' match, as T.J. Perkins continues his quest to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is the best wrestler in the world under 230 pounds. As T.J. Perkins goes up against the Vandal, the mysterious Masked Man, who tonight actually just made his debut in Ring of Honor. And TJ wins again, going into his match against Christian York this Sunday on pay-per-view on a high. And now we move forward, the segment that many have been waiting for. Jay Briscoe gets called out to the ring by Nigel, as Nigel is ready to announce Jay Briscoe's challenger for this Sunday for Supercard of Honor. And Jay makes his way to the ring, and Nigel announces that Jay Briscoe will go one-on-one this Sunday night, live on iPay-per-view, against Welsh for the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. Jay gets his chance to get his revenge against the Englishman who attacked him a month ago, 2 weeks before, or the week before Validation. Jay's attacked by Welsh and is taken out of Validation because at the hands of the strong Englishman. But not to be outdone, Welsh comes out to the ring. They have a heated confrontation and eventually come to blows, but they don't fight long as security comes into the ring, swarms the ring to break them up, and Nigel gets in between them, saying, "Save it for Sunday, save it for Sunday, save it for Sunday." As we move in, and you think that ends the show, but people, the show isn't over yet, as you still have the main event, the 6-man warfare between the Bullet Club and the Kingdom, as AJ Styles and the Bucks are victorious against the Kingdom, Cole, Taven, and Bennett. And remember, this Sunday night, live on pay-per-view, it is Adam Cole against AJ Styles, the Young Bucks against the Kingdom for the tag team title and a tag team title match. What happened? You see what happened tonight. What will happen on Sunday when these 6 men meet again on pay-per-view? You want to know? Tune in Sunday night for Supercard of Honor, one of the biggest cards in ROH thus far, with AJ Styles against Adam Cole, Jay Briscoe defending the ROH World title against Welsh, Christian York and TJ Perkins, the tag team champions, the Kingdom against the Bucks, and much, much, much more, all in one place. Ring of Honor. As you see, our popularity increased in 7 regions for this show. We're going into Supercard of Honor on a high. And Supercard of Honor promises to be a huge event. So if you thought this show was good, number one, let me know in the comment section. But if you thought this show was good, then the iPay-per-view this Sunday will be even better. So that will be one you don't want to miss. And the only way you can't miss it is by subscribing to know when the next video pops up on YouTube. So, subscribe to the channel, like the video for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next time, later.